Hello, if you don't know me, my name is Audra Lennon and I'm a real estate agent in North Central West Virginia. Today I have a tour to share with you of Jane Lew, which is where our office is located, and it also happens to be my hometown. Jane Lew is very small with a population of less than 400 at the last census in 2023, but it's a really pretty town and it is an area of high demand. So as I drive, I will share some information about the real estate market and I will give some information about some homes that are currently for sale. We are going to start right off of the interstate. I'll show you some residential areas within city limits, and then we will move out of city limits down Broad Run Road, take a loop around Wymer Run Rd, and also through Elk City. So without further ado, let's go see Jane Lew. So I started this tour at the Valero gas station right off the interstate. I've always referred to this as the truck stop, but the truck stop is actually across the road. But they've recently added this IHOP in here, which is nice. And then right across the road, they have added in recent years Jane Lew's first fast food restaurant, which is Arby's, right next to the truck stop. So we're going to pull out onto Hacker Creek Road, and we will pass Jesse's Run there on the right. There you can see one of the trucks coming out from the truck stop. We're driving over Interstate I-79. You can turn right there to drive toward Clarksburg, to drive north. Or up here, you can turn left to go south toward Weston. So right here on the right, that is actually a vet's office. It used to be in Good Hope, and they just recently moved here to Jane Lew, which is really convenient right off the interstate. And as we drive over the bridge, to the left will be the Industrial Park Road. On the Industrial Park Road is Citizens Bank. There's a doctor's office, a physical therapy office, and several places of business like gas companies. And one place worth mentioning is Mountain State Log Homes. They build custom log homes. If you are interested in purchasing a piece of property and having a home built, I'm sure they would love to talk to you. If you give them a call or go out and visit them, they can show you some of the work they've done in the past. Here on the right, Marble Heating and Cooling. They do HVAC systems. On the left, next to the gas station, is Witt's Frozen Custard of Jane Lew. Unfortunately, I have not been able to go there because I usually have my children with me when I'm driving through here, and unfortunately they have a dairy allergy, but I've heard really good things about it. I would love to try it sometime. Here on the left is the fire department, and it looks like they're having a craft show on this day that I drove through here. They have several events there. They have a really big craft show that's coming up every Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people come out to it. They have it inside and outside the fire department and draws a lot of people. So I'm going to turn left onto Main Street here. This is US Route 19. And our office is located right here on the right, it's the blue building. Now I'm going to turn left, and I want to show you this little restaurant. It's really cute. It's changed ownership and names a couple times in the past, but it's a really cute little restaurant. They have a nice outdoor area, and actually my husband and I came back and had dinner here the night that I took this video, and we sat outside. They had the outdoor lighting on, and it was just really nice. A nice place to go for a date night for sure. Here I'm just going to make a loop through a small residential area. I turned onto 4th Street. I'll take it to Neely and then back on 2nd Street. Here I'm turning back onto Main Street, but right across from me is Jane Lew hardware store. It's a small, privately owned business, but they have a wide variety of building materials as well as seasonal items and decor, and right now they actually have a little greenhouse with plants outside too. There's a handful of places to get food in Jane Lew, and here I just turned into one of them. This is Flying Dogs, and also right next to it I snapped a picture of Brandy Linger's photography studio. She's a very talented photographer. She's from Jane Lew, and she's actually done photos for me before. I really like her. If you're interested in checking out her work, you can find her on Facebook or on her website. Okay, so leaving the Flying Dogs parking lot, I'm going to turn back onto Main Street. I'm just going to show another small residential area. I'm going to turn right here past this building onto Hall Street. And I'm just going to make a loop from Hall Street to Harper to Center to Price Street to Dean Street back to Hall and come back out onto 19 or Main Street. Now I am turning back onto Main Street, and I'm going to go up here and take a left onto High Street, which leads to Broad Run. Out this direction is where I grew up. Just a little bit of personal information about myself. I lived on the same piece of property from the time I was brought home from the hospital as a baby until I got married, and then my husband and I actually lived on the property in a single wide for a couple of years after we got married before moving to our current home in Harrison County. So I lived on Wymer Run Rd for like 28 or 29 years of my life, which is most of my life up to this point. So when I say I grew up here, I mean I have spent pretty much my whole life on this road. This is going to be several miles of just scattered houses. It's all residential area and farmland. So since I'll just be driving for a while, I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about the real estate market in Jane Lew right now. Although Jane Lew is very small, I would say it's an area of high demand, and homes generally sell very well here. And just looking at residential homes, in the last 6 months, 6 homes sold with a median of 21 days on the market. The low sales price was $68,000 and the highest sales price was $390,000, with a median and average sales price hovering around $230,000. In that time frame, 9 homes total were listed and none of them expired. There are currently 16 listings on the market, and that includes 2 places of business, 1 mobile home park with 4 mobile homes, 8 residential homes, and 5 land listings. Some of these are outside of town, and I did not drive by them in this tour, but I did drive by 6 of these listings that I would like to share with you. First, we passed the commercial property. It's a convenience store on Main Street, right before we turned onto High Street. This store has been successful for years, and they have it listed at $189,000. Then on High Street, we passed a brick ranch-style home that has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,644 square feet, and sits on just shy of a half acre. It also has a 2-stall garage, and it is listed at $275,000. Next, we passed Landmark Estates. I did not drive up into that development on this day, but there are 2 listings in Landmark Estates. One is under contract, listed at $345,000, but the other is still available. It is listed at $389,900. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-story home, and it is sitting on 2 acres. It was built in 1997 and is 2,520 square feet. It also has an attached 1-car garage. Here I'm going to turn left onto Wymer Road, and this makes a loop and comes back out onto Broad Run Road. On Wymer Road, I passed a ranch-style home on 3.5 acres. It is currently under contract, listed for $495,000. It's a 4-bed, 2.5 bath, 2,218 square foot home, and it was on the market for 93 days. Here I'm pulling back out onto Broad Run Road, heading back the direction that I came from originally, but I'm just going to go up here a little bit and turn left onto Elk City Road and makes another loop. We could come back out onto Broad Run Road from it as well, but instead I'm going to turn left and head down to 19, closer to Good Hope, where I will drive back into Jane Lew from there to finish up the tour. Here is where I could turn right onto Broad Run Church Road and go back down to Broad Run Road. Instead, I'm going to go left and take this road out to 19. But first, I had to show you the view from the top of this hill because it is absolutely beautiful. You can turn right here to go into a development called Ridgeview Estates. It's a nice development. It's pretty up there too. I just didn't want to drive out there because it's a gravel road and I know that my camera would be bouncing all over the place. But it is a pretty development and definitely worth checking out if a place comes up there for sale. Jane Lew Elementary School is right here on the left. I didn't drive up into the parking lot because students were there and it was getting close time to leave, and I didn't want to be in the way, but I'll try to find a picture that I can insert here. Here's another restaurant called Lightburn's Family Diner, and I've eaten here multiple times as well. They have good food too. On the right here along Main Street is the Jane Lew Community Center and also the Town Hall. And I'm going to turn left across the road onto Park Avenue. At the beginning of Park Avenue, there's a few businesses. On the left, there are actually 2 mechanic shops. And on the other side of the road is a hair salon. And it is called Country Hair Salon. I stopped filming at the beginning of Park Avenue on this day, but I came back so that I could finish the video with Jane Lew Park and also drive by one more listing. This is a really nice park. I like to bring the kids here to play. They also have softball and baseball fields. They have some kids leagues and a men's slow pitch softball league that my husband plays in. I did not realize before I came here on this day that the day before they had massive flooding, and that's why the parking lot is muddy. It is not normally like that, but Lewis County got hit with some pretty heavy rain the day before. But I wanted to show you the playground, and actually I had my kids with me and we got out and played a little bit, and then I will talk about the listing down the road from here. After loading up some muddy kids, I pulled out of the park and turned right back onto Park Avenue. And this road comes all the way around back out onto Hackers Creek Road, just on the other side of I-79 from where we started at the Valero. Just before we get to the end of the road, we're going to pass a listing on the right. This is listed by Bob Taylor out of our office, and it is for a small mobile home park. It currently has 4 mobile homes on it. Those are not part of the sale, but the lots are for sale for $189,000. And currently the 4 lots are bringing in $225 a month each. That is it for this tour. If you are interested in any of the homes that I shared, please feel free to reach out. I would love to give you more information, schedule a showing for you. And if you're not able to make it to the property in person for whatever reason, I also do video tours. So I can do a video call with you, or I can go to the property, take a video and send it to you in whatever way is most convenient for you. Please just let me know. My contact information is in the description box below. And if you would like to see any other areas surrounding Jane Lew or anywhere in North Central West Virginia, please let me know. I would love to share those with you as well, maybe in my next video. But until then, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.